It's a good morning to you. Welcome to Asake Online. My name is Zenzele Ndebele, and this is the Breakfast Club, where we talk about politics, community issues, and everything that happens in our community. And I know this year, 2023, there will be elections, so you will see us programming a lot on elections, a lot on talking to politicians, talking to those in civil society who are monitoring elections. And of course, when it's election time, it's that time where people are being voted back into office. So we want to find out from them, what have they done? Should we give them another vote? And do they deserve our vote? What they promised us, did they manage to deliver? And I know this time around, a lot of comrades that will be wanting to talk to will run away from us because they didn't do anything. But it's the nature of the game, and we want to find out sometimes why didn't they implement. Maybe there is a particular reason. Maybe they didn't have the power. Maybe they overestimated their influence and their expectations. And in the program today, we'll be talking to Councillor Ward 26, Mpumelelo Moyo, who is the Councillor for Ward 26. He is just fresh, less than a year. He was elected last year during the by-elections. I think it was around March. So he is still new in the game, but nonetheless, he is also going to be contesting, or he still has to contest the upcoming elections. And we want to find out from him, in the year or less than a year that he has been in council, what have been his observations, what are the challenges, and what can he tell us? Moyo, welcome to the program.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ndebele. Thank you for hosting me.
I know you were elected last year in an election that was quite interesting, but when we went into council, what was your initial reaction?
I think when I went to council, I was elected on the 26th of March last year, 2022. I went to council with the high hopes that maybe some of the things that we are told by the resident, or that when residents are sending you, they have got their expectations that these things can be implemented with speed. But it's not the case with our situation here in the Bulawayo City Council. We found that there is a lot of bureaucracy. There is maybe councillors are divided. As you know, that on the 31st of March 2020, there was a Supreme Court judgment where the powers were given to Mr. Tokarase Douglas Monzora to become the president of MTC. So it meant that now in the council, which previously housed a single opposition, we have got two oppositions. And as you know, people of the MTC Alliance that is led by Mr. Douglas Tokarase Monzora to ZANU-PF. So those are some of the challenges that we face in council, that we come with brilliant ideas, we come with all sorts of advice or resolutions, but you'll find that there are some councillors who are not keen on implementing those resolutions. They think maybe you are outshining them, and also all the bureaucracy when it comes to council way of doing things. At times you find that there are a lot of bottlenecks that we are experiencing as councillors which slow down the implementing of those resolutions.
So when you went to council, what were the things what they said, council in Sfuna 1, 2, 3?
Okay, basically in Mkanwini we don't have public infrastructure. So those are some of the things that the residents, they are keen on having in the community. But also,
when you talk about public infrastructure, talking about things like what?
In Mkanwini, you don't have a community hall, you don't have a revenue hall, we don't have a youth center, we don't have a clinic, we don't have recreational facilities, maybe parks. So basically, Mkanwini doesn't have anything that has been built by the council since its inception in 1994.
Yeah, so I mean, you guys in the council in La Panalitis, I find that probably these days the planning is now, can I use the word puara? So how do you do a whole sepapenja Mkanwini without a park, can be a recreation facility?
Yeah, it's a very sad situation. I don't know, like I said, maybe at times the staff is not is keen on implementing some of these things. Because I'll expect that even before maybe a councillor goes on to pile pressure on the staff, those things just on when a setup is planned, we'll be thinking that on its inception, people will be sure that this is your clinic, maybe a clinic site, or this is your hall. But with them, it didn't happen like that.
So these things that we're talking about, the public infrastructure, the things are not even there, master plan emkanweni. Is there a site ukuthi ungathi khona clinic imele ibe la, ihall imele ibe la?
I'm not too sure. But what happened when I became a councillor, I've written letters already to that regard. But like I said, there is too much bureaucracy. But I think the pressure that I'm piling on in the next 1 month will be having better results. What will be left maybe is to gather resources. City Council, what they are telling us that it doesn't have money. So I'll go back to the residents to pool resources so that we build those things.
Yeah, I mean, I know maybe things like infrastructure, council would say we don't have money for that, the economy is bad. But as a councillor, you know, what I've realized with our Fix My City app is that people call and say, you know, especially 2 years, we'll sue Alapa, and we've reported nothing happens. As a councillor, when I talked before, the guys will sue Alapa, it has been going on for 2 months or so. How fast is it for council to react to come and fix that?
The turnaround times are quite not impressive at all. But however, we are not sitting on our laurels. There are things that we have. When I got elected as a councillor, there was a sewer that passed that had been ongoing for the past 25 years. So when I engaged council, they told me that they did not have an excavator to connect the sewer and extend it with about 4 other manholes. Then I quickly arranged for a private developer who came and dug the trenches. That sewer was fixed, but it has been there for the past 25 years. So those are some of the things that those are some of the challenges that you are facing in our communities. So we just need to be resourceful. We just need to make sure that we are up our game and fix such challenges for the community.
I find it extraordinary that for 25 years, council will fail to get an excavator to just fix such a small. But there was the one to excavators, but they can't have that for city council. Anyway, it's another day. But it's, as councillors, what power do you have to actually discipline the staff when you feel like probably director of this is not doing his work? And can you call them to order, or the town clerk or whoever? Do you have powers to call these people to order?
Okay, maybe let me answer that by first explaining the role of a councillor. The role of a councillor is that of an oversight role, and also making sure that we retain the best staff. So we also identify the skills gap for the staff, and we recommend trainings and make sure that at all the levels, staff is performing. But now here lies the challenge. The challenge is that, one, for everything, first you are supposed to be able to implement. When it comes to implementing the resolutions that we give to at full councils, those resolutions are not implemented for whatever reason, best known maybe to the staff and other councillors. I mentioned earlier on that the council, we are not from the opposition, all the councillors. Some are still with the MTC Alliance, which takes directives from ZANU-PF. If you have seen in the past, Mr. Douglas Tokarase Monzora has been taking directives from ZANU-PF, and which in turn he gives to some of our councillors. So we are divided. At times when you want to make sure that we discipline staff, or maybe we bring staff into account, some of the councillors are not keen on taking that bold decision. So it means at the end of the day, we are just making talk shows. Unfortunately, it's unfortunately that I have to use that word. From what I have learned when it comes to success have got a formula. We are saying success is called to in brackets, planning plus resources, close bracket, multiplied by execution or implementation. So we have us coming in the P bracket as councillors, we come and plan, then we say plus resources. The residents, they pay their bills. Those are the resources that are required. Then close bracket, multiply by implementation. Unfortunately, staff is not keen on implementing what we discuss, what you give as resolutions. So it means that our success equation is not complete, because anything that you multiply by 0, it becomes 0. So if you multiply all the P, which is the planning plus the resources, the R, by 0, it means that the execution, it means that the answer is 0, because the staff is not keen on executing. And coming back to taking stern measures, saying, why are you not executing this? We are divided as the councillors. Some belong to MTC Alliance. Then we are CCC, trying to come in with trying to transform, to be creative, to be innovative for the benefit of the residents. But we don't have numbers. We lack numbers. So we are outnumbered by those MTC Alliance councillors. So it means that we are not able to implement some of the things that we are supposed to implement jointly as councillors. For instance, if you look at the city, we are saying the city is dead, but there is a full-fledged director in their support nets who go to work daily. The director is driving an expensive, a huge car coming to work. But that director, if then they are not able to do their duty, it's not the role of a councillor to come and make sure that the dirty is picked in the city. But it's the role of that director that, guys, we are coming to work here to work, so let's make sure that the dirty is picked. We are giving a paycheck at the end of the month. Why are you not picking up the dirty? The director is supposed to charge his support nets. Then, unfortunately, the directors are not charging their support nets. Then, in turn, us as we have got an oversight role, we are supposed to also make sure that if a director maybe lacks skills, we come in and identify the skills gap, we assist them to acquire those skills. Or in the event that we see that they are maybe sabotaging the council, or they are completely incompetent, they can't be assisted with the trainings, then maybe we can recommend that maybe those directors, maybe they are excused from work, then we bring in the right people. Because as you know that Strive Masia once said, there is no problem without a solution. All you need to do is to bring in the right people. Then ours now, as the councillors, we make sure that the director is equipped and we assist them with the right skills. Then if they are failing, we bring in another person. But we are blocked. We can't change directors. We can't recommend staff, because there are people, the other councillors from MTC Alliance, who are happy with the system, who are taking instruction, we are conniving with ZANU-PF. I think we all know what's happening after the MTC was given to Mr. Tokarase Douglas Monzora.
So you've on several occasions talked about the issue of divisions, and one would think that if someone is a councillor, their best interest is serving the people of Bulawayo. And all of them were elected on MDC ticket. During that time, everyone belonged to the same party. And I have always thought that these differences in political parties is just administrative, that people didn't want to be recalled. How serious are these divisions?
I may not say there are divisions per se. I hate the word division. But maybe, like I said, that there are camps, there are people who are taking instruction from ZANU-PF. ZANU-PF is happy to score its points that the city is dead. And those councillors, they are aiding ZANU-PF to make sure that whatever ZANU-PF is trying to, the mentality that is trying to drive to people, that the councillors of opposition are failing is driven home. So that's basically the challenge in council, that at times even if we have been on record, we came in council, we tried to introduce the enterprise risk management, where we were saying if you introduce this concept, a new phenomena, it will assist it to tap in on opportunities for the council and thwart some threats. But unfortunately, we don't have numbers. And that thing, like I said earlier on, we become a talk show. It has been ongoing, and there is no will to implement enterprise risk management for the benefit of our city. We have came in and said, guys, we need a research and development department to make sure that all these challenges, there is a department that is trying to address, maybe even not now, going into the future, knowing the challenges of Bulawayo and how best they can be addressed going forward. But we are actually hitting a brick wall, and I think someone is happy that this is happening because of whatever agenda, there are sinister agendas. And it's very sad for the city, it's very sad. Even as an individual, I'm not happy. I'm actually pained by what is happening.
So for someone who's listening to the program, the person will end up saying, but why do I need a councillor if they cannot implement what they promise us?
On that note, I want to tell the people who are listening to this program, what we need to do is just to encourage people to go and register to vote and make sure that you vote for change come the election this year. And when you vote for change, we are saying you are voting for CCC. And now with the disruptive means that you've been introduced by our leader, Advocate Nelson Chamisa, I think it would be difficult for ZANU-PF to infiltrate the opposition like they've been doing willy-nilly in the past.
So are you going to be seeking re-election?
That one is, everyone can, in Mkanwini, everyone can contest me. I'm saying I'm willing to face challengers. But if the people still ask me to return as their councillor, if they are pleased with my service, I'll be available for re-election. But at this point in time, I cannot put myself as a candidate. The candidate issue is for the residents who will decide when the right time comes for that.
So maybe my final question to you is, we have talked about council, how it works and how the councillors work. And a resident would say, what do we need to fix our council? Because clearly the problems are everywhere.
The councillors need to have full control, to have full power, to saying if someone is sleeping on their church, on their mandate, they are supposed to be disciplined or to be charged. But unfortunately now, even if you see that someone is sleeping on duty, you can't charge them. They are defended by the MTC Alliance councillors.
Yeah, it's an interesting issue or program that we're talking about, and I hope that during the course of the months that are coming up, we'll also bring the councillors who are aligned to MTC and hear their side of the story. I know ZANU-PF has one councillor, a Cllr Park, who will also try and bring them in so that we hear both sides of the story. I'm also, we are willing to also listen to the directors in council, probably the town clerk himself. Where is the problem when it comes to Bulawayo? Because I know someone will blame someone blames someone. But we cannot have a city where you move from town to suburbs. There are no bulbs. Bulb, globe. Something that you can buy, you don't need July Moyo to approve that. Of course, the potholes, you will be told that is Zinara. The collecting of rubbish, ukuthi nje umabhimu ebebhoda. These days there is this thing that the council will go there, excavate, repair pipe, and leave holes in town. And wherever you go, there's a pipe that, or there's a hole that was dug, fixing the pipe. Either the pipe has not been fixed or the hole. And I think, I'm not sure whether I want to turn this town into a village or what, but it's really, whatever you're doing as councillors and city fathers is working. And we have an opportunity as residents. I don't know whether I say we have an opportunity to vote for new councillors, because even if we do vote for new councillors, they will tell us the problem is the directors. So it is really a big issue, and I hope that by the time we have elections, we would have talked to everyone and they would have told us where the problem is. And this has been the Breakfast Club, where we're talking to Councillor Gawat 26 Mpumelelo Moyo. He's still new. He is not really new, but less than a year in council. So his perspective probably is different from the other comrades who have been there for a while. And we hope that in the course of the next few weeks, we'll end up knowing who is the problem in council. My name is Zenzele Ndebele. Till we meet again in other programs, have a good day.